Welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. So look, every single day, there's going to be something new, more chaos, more disruption, more something. It's why I keep reminding you to subscribe, to watch, comment. I want your comments and share with your friends because we need to stay together as a community. Why do I say that? Well, yesterday, Trump, while sitting with King Abdullah from Jordan, announced, can't make this stuff up, announced that he was going to take over Gaza. No need to buy it anymore. No need to ask Israel for it anymore. We are just going to take it over. All right? Ben Meiselas and I, on Political Beatdown, we spoke about this. We spoke about it in depth. And I want to start with clips of Trump from that meeting. Play it.
I really think we're making some very good progress.
Mr. President, you said before that the U.S. would buy Gaza, and today you just said we're not going to buy Gaza.
We're not going to have to buy. We're going to have Gaza. We don't have to buy. There's nothing to buy. We will have Gaza.
What is that?
There's no reason to buy. There is nothing to buy. It's Gaza. It's a war-torn area. We're going to take it. We're going to hold it. We're going to cherish it. We're going to get it going eventually where a lot of jobs are going to be created for the people in the Middle East. It's going to be for the people in the Middle East, but I think it can be a diamond. It can be an absolute tremendous asset for the Middle East. And you're going to have peace. It's going to bring peace in the Middle East. Gaza.
So then he's asked, under what authority can you take it? What's your authority? Here, let's play this clip.
States was something that we're going to talk about later to discuss all these options.
And Mr. President, take it under what authority? It is sovereign territory.
Under the U.S. authority.
And Mr. President.
Then he's asked if they don't leave. Then he's asked, okay, well, if that's their homeland. So if they don't leave, what are you going to do? They don't want to leave because it's not a transactional real estate to them. This is their homeland. Here, listen to what he says. Let's play it.
That rule those countries with big hearts, and this gentleman is at the top of the list.
And if they don't want to leave, how are you going to force them, Mr. President?
Oh, they're going to be great. They're going to be very happy.
They're going to be great. They're going to be happy. And that's what he's saying to Cohen about Canada. He's doing more of the annex talk again. Meanwhile, there's a massive boycott of everything America in Canada, which is going to pick up on our economic records in it's lagging, but about 3 to 6 months, you're going to see this massive boycott. We'll talk about Canada in a bit. I want to get your reaction to Donald Trump occupying, sending American military into Gaza, more wars everywhere. Cohen.
You know, Ben, since we started Political Beatdown together, our brigaders have heard me say time and time and time and time again, when Donald Trump tells you what he wants to do, it's not rocket scientists. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out what he's saying here. What he's saying, first of all, makes no sense other than one possible way. The only way to take Gaza is to invade it, plain and simple. Does he intend to invade Gaza? The answer is yes. Yes. Now, when he talks about, it's war-torn, that nobody wants it, that we can just take it because it's all demolished and so on. Well, so is kind of like Afghanistan, right? So was, parts of, there's parts of Ukraine. Why are we not going in to Ukraine and taking, Crimea, which is completely rubbled down, to the bare bones? Why are we not taking, other parts of the world? Because this is what he wants. He wants to take Gaza, and he will do it by invasion. He will do it by military force. It is the only way. We've heard Trump make certain statements about things like Israel is going to give us Gaza. And then you had that fucking idiot, Netanyahu, sitting there with this shit-eating grin on his face, talking like, yeah, that's right, Donald, that's right. Who knows what the guy was really thinking? I wish there was one of those like cartoon bubbles over his head. Israel doesn't own the Gaza Strip. I mean, it's not like you can hand over, as you were saying at the beginning of the show, Ben, a deed. It's not like you're going to be able to do something with it. The only way to take it is via invasion, via military force. And he will speak with King Abdullah of Jordan and say to King Abdullah, if we do this, will you oppose us? Will you allow us to park our F-16 jets on your land? Will you allow us access, to the waterways, right, for our ships and so on? This is what he's doing. He's already spoken, for example, I'm sure, to MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. I'm certain he's already spoken to Egypt about the exact same thing. He intends to take it. There's only one problem. What do you do with the Gazans that are there? What do you do in order to force, as he said, Egypt and Jordan to take the Gazans as political refugees, right? As refugees? And the answer is they're not taking them. I have a very close friend that lives in Jordan and he's involved with government. They are not. They have done that once before, as did Egypt. And it almost ruined the country, according to them. They will not take them no matter what Trump says. So we are right now in a real crisis. We have the President of the United States making statements to the world. Forget about what he's saying to us. To the world, to the Middle East, what he intends to do. And I'm going to tell you, this is very dangerous for us, which is why I constantly say, you need to stay vigilant. You need to stay connected to networks like Midas Touch, like my podcast, in order to hear what is actually really happening and not this bullshit that these pundits are trying to soften. We are in a real crisis because what this is doing now is there is a cry for help from Hamas to Hezbollah, to Al-Qaeda, to ISIS, to ISIL, to all of these militant groups and saying, look at what the infidel, the Western civilization is looking to do to us. They are taking our land. This is where the danger comes in. And with some of the dopes that he now has sitting as heads of our national security, our intelligence agencies, be very careful. That's all I can say to you, my brigaders. Be careful.
So Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu also said they will be unleashing hell on Gaza and Hamas if all of the hostages are not returned by Saturday at noon. At the same time, Donald Trump said, regardless of whether hostages are returned to Israel or not, that Trump is going to level Gaza and ethnically cleanse its people. So during the ceasefire, right, during this delicate ceasefire that former President Biden negotiated, Donald Trump talks about leveling Gaza no matter what the outcome is with the hostages. I don't know how that is a form of productive negotiations if you've already told the other side that the outcome, no matter what is, that you are going to demolish and destroy Gaza to begin with. So then Donald Trump says at this point, if you don't return all of the hostages, while Donald Trump talks about ethnically cleansing the whole area, he's going to unleash hell. And Benjamin Netanyahu has said that. And what it seems that he's really trying to do, with whether it's with Canada, with Greenland, with Colombia, with Panama, you name it, he is bloodthirsty. And you predicted it. He wants a war. He wants to drop bombs. He wants guts and gore and death. That's what he wants, right, Cohen?
You know, Ben, can I just bring up something which, when I heard him say that he wants all of the hostages released by Saturday noontime, I started to look. I want the hostages to be released today. I want them to have been released a month ago, no, a year ago, right? I didn't want any hostages taken at all. But I sort of started thinking to myself and saying, it's a very interesting thing that he's saying here. Saturday at noontime. And why is it interesting? It's interesting because it could have been any other day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? Sunday. But why Saturday? Because Donald Trump has no concept of religion at all. That, by coincidence, happens to be Shabbos, right? That's the holy day of the week for the Jewish people. So why, of all the days that you could demand that Hamas, a terrorist organization, releases hostages, why not do it on Friday at 12 o'clock? In that way that these hostages can be seen by their families for the Sabbath, right? I mean, I just found it so funny that he would turn it because he has no religious conviction at all. Of all the days to possibly pick, why in the world are you picking the one day that the country is sort of praying, right? Because it's our Sabbath. I just think it's comical. Hey everyone, first of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.